And at this time, Lois is going to bring the Drash today.
Good, thanks. This Torah portion delineates the duties of two Levitical families responsible for service in the tabernacle. The Gershonites were responsible for all the curtains, hangings, veils, and the like. The curtains separated the tabernacle from the rest of the world. The first set of curtains was called Ohel, or tent, of the congregation, and the second was called the Mishkan, or tabernacle. The tabernacle was inside the tent, and the tent covered the tabernacle. So you had like one inside another. The tabernacle was God's dwelling place. The tent was man's meeting place. In all, there were 4 sets of curtains that made up the structure. The first, visible from the outside, was a marine animal skin, usually called badger skin. It was probably selected because of its durability. This layer would take the punishment of the elements, and it is estimated to have required between 1,000 and 1,500 skins to make. From the outside, it probably wasn't anything special to look at or to stand out in any way. It's a picture of Messiah. Isaiah 53:2 says that he had no form or comeliness that we shall when we see him. There is no beauty that we should desire him. The second was a ram skin dyed red. This is to remind us of the sacrifice of Yeshua and the shedding of his precious blood. The rams had to die before the skins could be obtained. The red ram skins covered the entire tabernacle. The precious blood of Yeshua must cover and protect everything connected with the life of the believer. The third was black goat hair. It was made from 11 individual goat hair curtains, which measured 30 cubits by 4 cubits. The goat's hair covering reminds us of the most holy day of the year, Yom Kippur. On that day, 2 goats were used as part of one offering to God. This is why there were 2 sections of the covering, one for each goat. One goat was slain, and the high priest sprinkled its blood on the mercy seat. From the time of Adam and Eve's original sin until the time of Yeshua, we see a trail of blood sacrifices. The fourth and innermost curtain was made of linen. It was the only covering that could be seen from inside the tabernacle. It was embroidered in blue, purple, and scarlet with the design of the cherubim. There were 10 individual curtains, each 28 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. The Merari tribe was responsible for the boards, posts, and sockets, etc. This speaks of the support and backbone of the tabernacle. Without these, there would be no tabernacle. All this tells me that God is a God of order, not haphazardly taking just anyone to do a job. Each group was assigned specific duties and areas to serve. This extends to us as well. If God uses you to lift up others in prayer, do it on a consistent basis. Do it with all you have. If he's put in your heart to work with children, do that with all that's in you. He will use the talents and abilities that we already have to extend his kingdom and enrich our lives. The story of Samson and Judges, it reminds me of the account of the angel appearing to Miriam before Yeshua's birth. Both were visited by angels, and both had to tell their husbands what they saw, perhaps with a feeling of anxiety. Are they going to believe me? Both births were miraculous, as Manoah's wife had been barren and Miriam was a virgin. God comes through and reveals his plan to both Manoah and Joseph as to set the record straight. A short backstory on the New Covenant reading. Zacharias was a priest, a descendant of Aaron. In David's time, the priestly duties were divided into 24 courses, consisting of 1 week. Twice a year they would serve that weekend, and everybody would serve at Yom Kippur because of so many sacrifices that they had to do. Zacharias was of the course of Abijah. He was the 8th course, and it would have begun in the second half of the 4th month. After the angel visitation, Zacharias returned home, and Elizabeth conceived, most likely in the 5th month. 6 months into Elizabeth's pregnancy, Miriam came to visit, and it was either with child or conceived shortly thereafter. This would put the birth of Messiah around the Feast of Tabernacles. The birth of John the Immerser is one in a pattern of other miraculous births: Isaac, Samson, and Samuel. As Zacharias ministered in the temple, an angel appeared to him with a message. He was going to be a father in his old age. Not quite sure what to make of this announcement, he asked for a sign that this would really come to pass. Gabriel explained who he was and who had sent him, and told Zacharias that because of his unbelief, he would be unable to speak until the birth of his son. God's ways are not always our ways, and we need to keep an ear open when he speaks to us. Are we listening?
Amen.